right, welcome to live bass guitar practice number 17, working on more of American Girl. Now yesterday, actually before I get started, if you guys want to support us to write more sheet music, want access to all these tabs, want us to have more videos and have a say on what videos we do, become a member at musicbythemeasurespro.com. We appreciate you. When you become a member, send me an email if there's a song you really want to learn that you want us to break down, or put that in the comments below. We'll make that happen. Yesterday, I ran through this. I felt a little rushed. Past week I've been adding some new production stuff to the setup, to the live setups and live runs here, and it definitely screwed me up a little bit. So I kind of want to start over on this because I felt like the video that I did yesterday is worth deleting. Now it's worth, also just like suffering through something like that and not being good and having a little bit of a struggle. That's legit and fine, but I did not play stuff well and I didn't give myself enough time. So we're gonna slow it down. We're gonna start at 80 BPM. We got these fake drums in here underneath it, in this rhythm, 1 E and a 2 and see, already that rhythm gets me. 1 E and a 2 E and 3 and 4 and 1 E and a 2 E and okay. Repeating my same mistake from yesterday. 1 E and so that's the first one, right? 1 E and now I can count that. I'm pretty good at counting 16th notes, after doing this for a bit. But for whatever reason, the 2 E and I can say whatever reason, but the reason is it's that offbeat, right? We're going 2 E and that's even a good thing to practice. 2 E and 2 E and 2 E and 3 and 4 and 1 E and 2 E and 3 and you can debate how you want to count it. It's gonna be easy for me to go to 3, 4. If I'm losing the 16th note, I'd go 3 E and 4 E and now again, now I'm going ridiculously, like totally in depth, but that's where I left yesterday, going, man, I don't really understand these rhythms, and there's enough variance in these, even this intro and then the first verse, that it's like unless I really spend some time on this, I'm not going to get this down. I'll just be sloppy on it yet. And what's the point of me practicing these like this and be sloppy? All right, 1 E and 2 E and 3 and 4 and 1 E and 2 E and 3. Okay, now let's see if I can hear that at 80 or if that's going to be too fast for me. Try that again. 1 E and 2 E and 3 and 4 and 1 E and 2 E and 3 and 4 and 1 E and 2 E and 3 and 4 and 1 E and 2 E and 3 and 4 and 1 E and 2 E and 3 and 4. Now I'm playing that okay, and part of that might be just working on it yesterday. All of a sudden you get better. Counting it for just a little bit helps me as well. And also the drum beat underneath is nicer than a metronome. It allows me to like think about what drum is hitting there. And 3 and 4 and 1 E and 2 E and 3 and 4 and 1 E and 2 E and 3 and 4 So this one right there is almost the same part, right? But on 4 he plays again. So 1 E and 2 E and 3 and yeah, see 1 E and 2 and so just different enough, right? That I all of a sudden can't count 16th notes into that. 1 E and 2 E and 3 and 4 and 1 E. So because I actually want to learn what I'm doing, you hear a sigh, like, oh shit, I have to learn. Let's do 70. Just give me a little bit more time to count these measures out. 4 and 1 E and 2 E and 3 and 4. 1 E and 2 E and 3 and 4 and 1 E and 2 E and 3 and next one. So the next one, he's playing on 4 as well, but he's going 4. So just 17 on the second string. 1 E and a 2, 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 and 4, and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 and 4. And all right, let's do that one. The harder thing, obviously, would be putting these all together, right? Back and forth and not pausing. 3 and 4 and 1 E and a 2 E and 3 next. Do just one other small change, right? This time it's N3 and 4 and N3 and 4 and I say this a lot, but like this is why we learn songs and we learn how to sight read. Like we have all these different ideas in just the intro of American Girl. That's enough for us to spend time on learning how to count and get these 16th notes in. So that's good shit. 1 E. All right, so this is the measure we're working on. 3, 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 and 4 and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 and 4. So again, part of me is counting, part of me is like just listening to the song in my head, right? Dun 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 dun. You can do a little bit of both. It's nice to know the counting because it kind of gives you that foundation to think about it. 1 E and a 2 E and 3 and 4 and 1 E and a 2 E and 3 and 4 and then the last one 1 E and a 2 and 3 and 4. Now we'll probably skip that for right now and then attach that as we go. So really all I want to do now, I'm just giving myself more space and more time than I did yesterday. Also, I had to work my other job yesterday, so I had to do one of these and then jet right away. Let's just do 2 at a time. We're going to just build this whole intro. We're going to get this slow and actually like have a foundation to keep learning this part versus let it go and forget. So we're just going to play these first 2 measures. 1 E and, so we got 1 E and a 2 and, I forgot already. 1 E and a 2 and 1 E and a 2 and 3, 4. 1 E and a 2 and 3, 4. 3 and 4 and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 and 4 just keep on adding one measure as we go, and then maybe I won't forget the rhythm. So, speaking of just one, 1 E and a 2 and 3 and 4 and all right, we can do that. 3 and 4 and 1 E and a 2 E and 3 and 4 and 1. Thanks for saying awesome, dude. What are you learning on bass? Today's my 1:30. Just chill out and learn. So I'm actually learning these songs on guitar, and I'm going to be doing some drum ones too because American Girl. I should say these songs. This song is the only one I have loaded up right now. And American Girl and You Don't Know How It Feels. I'm going to start doing open mic night. I was like, man, it'd be kind of cool to know the bass part. It'd be kind of cool to know the drums because it's only going to help me kind of like sing and perform it, and maybe even like, I don't know, add some to the acoustic guitar part than just playing chords, which is I don't know. Part of the reason why I don't love doing open mic nights is you go play strum chords and sing, and I enjoy both those things, but it'd be nice to do something else. So, sweet man, thank you for the feedback. All right, let's do a couple more of those. Because I'm hearing where that fourth beat is, right, with that, oh, it's the kick drum, actually. I was going to say it's snare. So I'm hearing it in my head. I'm not counting it. It's never going to hurt me to go back to 1E and a 2E and 3 and 4 and 1E and a 2E and 3 and 4. Then the last one, 1E and a 2E and 3 and the more I count is just going to solidify the idea. All right, let's zoom out so we can kind of get all of this in our periphery. So all we're going to do is add this last beat of, and then get back, and 4 and 4 and 4. Oh shit, I did the wrong one. And 4 and 4 and 4 and 4 and sweet. All right, I think I got the idea of it. Again, I'm keeping it slow so I can think about counting and I can make those mistakes and kind of like fix them as I go. If I'm trying this at 110 or 115 or whatever the hell it actually full speed is, I'm going to screw up more. And I want to like give this pace where it's like I can think about what I'm doing. I always call that like in a lesson plotting. I'm like plotting what's going next. Gabriella, how are you doing today? Ah, dude. So I don't know how to pronounce Carapo? Carapo? I'm screwing that up. So you bought a new guitar, first guitar yesterday. Don't understand anything in music. Did you buy a bass guitar or an electric or an acoustic or an electric or a 6-string guitar, I should say? We will help you with your first lessons and get you started, my guy. 3 and 4 and 4 song if I know it. I can play it, but I don't know if I'll do it right now because I'm focusing on bass. But name the song, and I'll see if I can do it. All right, so right now we're going to add, I think these next two measures in. Let's add this next one, and then we'll worry about it. All right, and that last measure has that end beat. So it's 1E and a 2 and 3 and 4 and. So let's try that out. I do know that song. Knock on Heaven's Door is a good one. Bob Dylan or Guns N' Roses? I should add in that last measure and then maybe use that as a turnaround. We'll see if I put that. I won't put the slide in yet, but we'll put that in later. 3 and 4 and. Too, man. Hey, check out a lesson I did on Seven Nation Army. It'll benefit you for just starting out on guitar. And I think I did one on Horse with No Name. Both good starter songs on our channel. Check them out. If you have questions, let me know, and I'll gladly help you out. Let's work on that slide because I was struggling with that the other day. Slides. Offbeat, not, yeah, I guess it's an offbeat slide. For some reason, just get me. So we got 1 E and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2, 3, 4. 1 E and 2 and 3 and 4 and 4 and. I have to do the right slide though and the right measure. Dude, check that song out. Let me know how that goes for you. If you need help, let me know and I'll get back to you on it. All right, let's do 60 on that slide so I can figure out how to put that timing in. All right, so we got 1 E and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2, 3. So that's you can hear in my head even 1. I don't hear the 1 when I slide and 1, 2, 3. So we're gonna fix this problem today, right now, live, and hopefully. Also, you know, for you guys requesting songs and looking at songs and stuff, like I've been playing for like 30 odd years of my life, and I should be way better, but because I didn't focus on certain things as a musician right away, I have some deficiencies in my playing, and that's okay. And this is about me kind of working through and processing that and getting to the place where I don't have those anymore. My whole point in that though is you don't have to be perfect. Just play, have some fun, learn some shit, get better, repeat. Do that over and over again, and eventually you'll be really fucking good. All right, I'm gonna count this a couple times. 1 E and 2 E and 3 and 4 and 2. So let's see if I can go and 1, 2, 3. See if I can learn how to count that. 3 and 4 and 1. So all right. Again, the drums are an advantage for me, right? That crash on 1 should help guide me of like, and 1, 2, 3, 4. And 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Gabriella, thank you. That's very nice to say. And I'm actually halfway decent at a lot. I'm not good at like playing everything note for note. And you see some of these flashy players, and in respect for them, I just don't have that skill yet. I'm decent is what I always say. When somebody's like, hey man, you're really good, I'm like, yeah, I'm good at some, but I also am good enough to know where I'm not good, and that's a struggle too, and something I just need to continue to work through. 3 and 4 and 1, 2, like this. I did not put that on 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. So, Gabriella, I will play Knocking on Heaven's Door. I just won't do it on this live. I'll do like become a member, subscribe. I'll do one tonight. You want it on acoustic guitar? I'll do one tonight for you. We'll call it After Hours, okay? So this is my focused, hey, I'm only doing this kind of stuff right now. And if I had a guitar in my hands, I might play it too. But I will play that for you. I'm rushing that and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 4 and 3. Let's see if I can count that all. 1 E and 2 E and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Start playing. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's even hard for me. 1, 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2. What I'm doing is trying to teach my brain, how does that sound? 3, 4. And then all of a sudden take that slide out. So, well, no, put the slide back in. 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2. See the difference though? 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 and nope. And 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2. See if I can do that with metronome. But I'm going to slow it down. All I care right now is that slide, because if you watched my live video the other day, my slide sucked. And it happens a lot in this song. It happens a lot in other songs. So if I can fix that problem. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3. Alright, now I'm struggling to count it because this doing the snare on the offbeat, right? So it's going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and are all the snares. So it's going to do a snare hit when I hit the 9. Okay, let's see if I can do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. I need to count it slower. 1 and 2, 4 and 1 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 3, 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 3 and 4 and 1. So I'm double timing my counting is what I'm doing right now. Let's do it without, just so I can kind of try to get that idea of that rhythm. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3. All right. Want to really try to hear that with that drum beat, and it's hard because of those snare beats. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 2, 3, 4 and 1. All right, let's put that crash back in because that was helping me. So the minute I go to count that second measure, I always go 1 and 2, or 1, 2, 3. When it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and I did it again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and So is this the most exciting TV or YouTube you've ever watched? No. Am I going to fix this in a matter of 5 to 10 minutes? Yeah. And it's a practice that I need to do, and that's not always the most fun to watch and the most fun to be a part of. But it's what I need to work on, and that's what this series is about. So, it's slowing down and doing the counting. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 4. Shit. And 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and it's still got to count, obviously. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 The minute I don't count, I don't play it right. 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. That one was bad. Let's speed it up. Sometimes it's teaching yourself the idea at a very, very slow tempo. And then as soon as your I can't talk today. As soon as your brain has that idea, it's like, okay, now can you do that idea at 60? Can you do that idea at 70? And keep on pushing that tempo. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 3 and 4 and 4 and 1 and 2. Now here's the advantage of playing with these drums, right? It's cheating to a degree. It makes it easier. I guess it makes it more fun for me too, which means I'll practice for like an hour versus practice for 25 to 30 minutes. That crash on there, and 1, 2, right? I know I'm in time whenever I hear that crash at the same time I've slid to that 11. So it's a tell. I think taking it away is a good thing as well. I'm not going to do that today, but, it'd be a great way to solidify, hey, I really completely understand how to play this measure by itself with just click at 60 BPM. And that'll be a good challenge. That'll be something maybe when I've learned it all and I do some, tracking, I'll do that. Right now it's like, hey, if I was in the band, I'd be playing with the drummer most likely anyway, or the drummer would play and I'd put my part over top. Usually we don't track bass guitar first in the studio. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 4 and 1 and 2, little 8, 3 and 4 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 3 and 4 and cool. I think we got the idea now. Let's go up by sixes. 3 and 4 and 1. And 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and right? Now I hear it. Now I say that, but as soon as you start speeding it up too far, you may stop hearing it. So this is faster than I was just playing that whole section. Okay, that's good. Let's try 74, see what happens. And then I think we're ready to put that all together. So maybe today is just intro. Tomorrow is, oh wait, there's more intro, isn't there? Yeah. Well, we'll talk a little bit more of that today too. 3 and 4 and 1. 3 and 4 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and I rushed that. And 3 and 4 and minus that dead note. All right, let's put that all together, and I think we can speed that all up to 74. The only thing that's going to get me is every measure is just a little bit different, right? So throw me off in the beginning. Then you just have to learn the pattern. So actually, let's give myself a click in here. Cool. So we'll have 4 beats, and then it'll play through this measure. Dude, not bad for my first time, right? A couple things that get me right is the 17 that has a rest, and the fact that they're just like shifting where that 8th note is being played rhythmically, I guess. Cool. All right, let's do a couple more of those. Let's get settled. Let's get comfortable. 3, 4. Also hear like that 17 be like, right? Because I have to think about that rhythm, and same, I'm accenting. You can tell that I don't know the part well enough, right? The fact that I'm accenting on beats that should not be accented. It should sound, actually let's play without metronome. You can maybe get an idea of what it should sound like. Let's back up one so we can see more of it. And 4 and 4 and better, maybe close to the idea. But yeah, none of those, that 17 or 17, 19 at the end shouldn't be hit so hard. It's more just me having to play and think and do all these things. 3, 4, 1/5 on that timing on that one. The zoom in is great and bad at the same time. It just doesn't change when I'd like it to. I guess we'll do zoom out. Let's do a couple more of those and then speed it up and then just see where we're at. Let's go from that. 2, 3, 4. 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, one thing is I should try not to leave that 1E and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. I should try to leave on 4 versus leaving before 4. Let's do 80, and then we'll look at that last section. Three, 4, and 4 and. One, 2, 3, 4. One, 2, 3, 4. All right, let's look at the rest of this intro. So we have our in 1, 2, 3, 4 back to 9, 2, 3, 4 to 7, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so we're gonna have to work on this part, as you can probably tell. So let's grab this 80, and we're gonna probably bring it back down to that 60 tempo because we have a lot of these slides and then held notes and all this shit that I did not spend enough time on yesterday. But as you just saw, within a matter of 20 minutes or so, able to fix most of that intro part. So it's just going through, taking your time, plotting it out. All right. So let's ignore that first beat, or that first slide. That we're just gonna go right to 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. So and 1. It's a big difference, right? And 1. And I'm glad that I spent enough time on that other section, which would kind of help, like transpose it into this idea. Otherwise, I feel like I'd be like starting from scratch. And this one's just a little bit harder because not only are we sliding to 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2. So that's all we're going to worry about is getting that idea down. Totally clicked the wrong thing. 1 and 4 and 1. 3 and 4 and 4 and 1. Now, I said I was only going to do what I said I was going to do, and all of a sudden I'm adding, because I kind of felt like I could hear where it was going to go, right? We could hear that anticipation between 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. But let's stick to what I said I was going to do, because that's going to help me out, and if anyone else is struggling with this, it's going to help you out. 3 and 4 and 1. 3 and 4 and 1 fun to play, and it's only gonna get better from there. I feel like if you guys tackle this song with me, you're gonna have it, and probably before I do. All right, then we're going. And again, this is a really fun bass part to play because we're actually like doing a little bit of hybrid picking. It's not just root notes and sitting on that. Our rhythms really engage with the kick drum as well, so there's some good stuff in there. So we got 7 and 9. We're going 1 E and E and. Now this one tripped me out yesterday, so we're gonna spend some time on this as well. 1 E and leaving this 9 hang out the whole time. 1 E and so 2 E and 3, 4, 2 E and nah. Yesterday I could not count this at all. 2 E, 2 E. All right, so we got. Let's get rid of this 9 for a second. Let's get 1 E and 2 E and 2 E and 3, 4. So we got 1 E and 2 E and 3, 4. 1 E and oh shit. 1 E and 2 E and 3, 4. Nah, I don't know if I can count that at 60, but we'll see. 3 and 4. 1 E and 2 E and 3 and 4. 1 E and 2. 1 E and 2 E and 3 and 4 and 1 E and 2 E and 3. 4 and 1 E and 2 E and 3 and 4. That was on everything. 1 E and 2 E and 3 and 4. 1 E and 2 E and 3 and 4. All right, so a couple little cannot talk today. A couple little mistakes I'm making. 1 E and 2 E and now that was actually really good. That's what I want, but it's often easy for me to like hold this 16th note out, like tie it into the next 16th note. 1 E and 2 E and 3, 4. 1 E and 2 E and 3. And then just putting that note in there. I would just sit. Every single one of these little pieces become an exercise for us to play. Like getting control over my pinky, getting my finger to move, getting that rest to be there, and all that stuff is just good shit to work on. 1 E and 2 E and 3 and 4 and 1 E and 2 E and 3 and 4 and 1 E and 2 E and 3. Back with the pinky. Slopped it up. Before I go total obsessive mode, let's try to get these last 2 measures done so I can kind of call it a day on this part. I feel like we got a lot accomplished though. We're keeping that ring idea, 1 E and 2 and I don't know how he's playing that. He might be strumming that. He might be hybrid picking it. You know, we'll listen and watch and pay attention someday and figure that out. 1 E and 2 and 3 and 4 and that feels most natural to me. Mostly because like we've been plucking that anyway with our middle finger, so it just makes sense to continue that idea. 1 E and 2 and 4 and try to get that rest in there. 1 E and 2 and 1 E and 2 too. I feel like I can do I do all down strums there, I'm more set up. 1 E and 2 and 4. And if I do a hybrid or a down up picking, it kind of gets me a little bit. Thing, and then I'm going to move to the last measure. Making sure that when I play that, when I hit that rest, I don't rest my pinky. 1 E and 2. Hear that? Just a little bit of that G string ringing out. 1 E and 2. And so we have a grace note slide. 1 E and 2. Tricky. I think the best thing to do right away is first just go 1 E and so 1 E and then that 2 E and 1 E and 2 E and 1 E and 2 E and 1 E and so we're ignoring that the 4 N. Okay. And then we're ignoring this grace note slide. So we got 1 E and 2, 1 E and 2 E and 1 E and 2 E and. So I'm going to worry about getting this rhythm, and then we're going to call it a day. E and 1 E and 2 E and 1 E and 2 E and 1 E and 2 E and. The idea. So yeah, tomorrow picking up on that, speed the other section up. If you guys have any questions, let me know. If you guys want to, if you have a favorite Tom Petty song you want to learn, let me know and we will figure that out for you guys. All right, you guys have a good rest of your day.